We begin with an up-and-coming jockey who we might see in next year's Derby.
But she will be here, running in the race right before the Derby. Her name is Sophie Doyle, and I caught up with her at Keeneland.
In the winner's circle for Keeneland's first race, the Mineola Farm to Torontes, the jockey, Sophie Doyle.
I think the first time I started thinking about being a jockey was when my mum bought me a rocking horse. And I used to pull the rocking horse out on a Saturday afternoon when the racing was on the Channel 4 back home in England. And I used to go and raid her silks closet and put on a set of silks for the afternoon and just basically ride with the races with my rocking horse.
Now, she's a regular rider at Keeneland, competing against the best jockeys in the game. But Sophie Doyle's endured an arduous journey to reach this level of racing.
There's a lot of female jockeys in England, but in comparison with the men, it's very, very tough.
Doyle spent 7 years trying to make it as a jockey in her homeland. In 2012, she did not win a single race in 85 starts. Meanwhile, that same year here in America,
Believe You Can wins the Oaks for Rosie Napravnik.
Believe You Can made Rosie Napravnik the first female jockey ever to win the Kentucky Oaks, which was naturally an inspiration to Doyle, who aspires to one day run for the Lilies and the Roses.
Especially after Rosie won the Kentucky Oaks twice. It's possible. You know, that's one thing about my career. I always think nothing is impossible.
Just as Napravnik inspired her, that's the kind of example Doyle wants to be for little girls looking up to her.
Sophie Doyle.
They're looking up to you as this, like, almost like an angel to them, who's standing over them with the silks, the goggles, your helmet, and you know, they're looking up to you, and you can tell in their eyes, they're like, wow, maybe I could be that person one day.
Only 6 women have ever ridden in the Kentucky Derby. Becoming the next one is on Doyle's to-do list.
Well, I don't see why she can't. I mean, I really don't. I mean, she just needs that. She just needs a break or two, and she can ride. She can ride with the best of them.
Doyle proved that last October in the Grade 2 Thoroughbred Club of America Stakes at Keeneland.
Fioretti springs the upset for Sophie Doyle.
That day was really special.
It was Doyle's first graded stakes victory, highlighting the best year of her career. After no wins in 85 tries just a few years earlier, Doyle finished 2015 with 72 wins and more than $1.6 million in earnings.
Sophie Doyle, the winning jockey.
Coming here from England, and it had taken a while, a good probably year and a half to really establish myself and get going. But once I was here, it really justified the fact why I left England and came here. And I think that was pretty much the icing on the cake. That back home, I don't know whether or not I'd ever been given that opportunity to ride in such a prestigious race.
She has a respect of a lot of people, and she doesn't take a back seat to anybody. I mean, she doesn't have to.
And she didn't on the opening Saturday of Keeneland's spring meet.
And Torontes now hits another gear. Torontes by a length and a half, by nearly 2. Deep stretch for Torontes and Sophie Doyle.
That win got Doyle a ticket to ride on the Derby Day card at Churchill Downs. And another one of those opportunities that was so hard to come by back in England.
And if you believe in yourself enough, then you'll keep pushing yourself and you'll keep your confidence. And I almost think if you believe you can ride in the race, somebody someday is going to give you that opportunity. And I happen to be riding in the Pat Day Mile in the race before the Derby. So I'm getting closer. I'm one race closer to it. So I'm happy with that.
Deep stretch for Torontes and Sophie Doyle.